Gave you Edwards in the starting lineup for Houston, but Jack Hyatt is listed on the board, so maybe it is Hyatt rather than Edwards now who is going to do the catching. The Giants will have Spire at short, leading off. 20's the second, batting number 2. Mays in center field, hitting third. Bonds batting fourth in right field. Kingman at first base, hitting number 5. Henderson in left field, hitting 6 as Carruthers winds for the pitch to Metzger, and it's low and away for a ball. Healy batting 7th and catching. Gallagher at third base, hitting 8th. And Carruthers doing the pitching. Right-hander delivers to Metzger, outside, ball 2. Cleveland thumped Baltimore 9-2 today. Tidrow, the winner, and Palmer, the loser. Palmer 0-2, one of the Baltimore's 20-game winners last year. Strike called. Two 1 count to Metzger. Outside for a ball, 3-1. Metzger, switch batter, batting left-handed. He'll be followed by Cedeno and Wynn. Carruthers 3-1 pitch, way outside, ball 4. Well, he does not start off in very impressive style. He walks the first man he faces. Tidrow, the winning pitcher for Cleveland today from San Lorenzo. He had his difficulties in his first time out, but now he beats the defending American League champion. Had relief help in the 7th inning. The Giants saw Dick Tidrow in spring training. He pitched against him. Metzger leads at first. Cedeno, does he swing or check his swing? He started to go for that inside pitch, but held up. And now Charlie Fox is asking Wendelstedt to check with Fleming. But Wendelstedt says no, he did not swing, and it's a count of 1-0. Runner at first, nobody down. Metzger leads, doesn't go. The pitch is beaten foul down the third base side. It's 1-1. Houston bunch starting off hitting very well. The Astros get some good hitting. They're going to be tough because they have the excellent pitching. Metzger is off to a slow start. He's hitting only .091, but Cedeno batting .440. Pitch out, and Carruthers almost threw the pitch out over the plate. He made that better than he'd made some of his pitches. But it's ball 2, and Metzger didn't go. 2-1. Top of the first. Metzger with his lead this time. He doesn't go. The pitch is outside, ball 3, and Carruthers is getting ready to put himself in a terrible spot. 3 balls and 1 strike. After 7, St. Louis leads Montreal 4-3. Chicago at New York, Pittsburgh at Philadelphia. Postponed because of rain. Cincinnati at Atlanta tonight. Swing and a miss. The runner goes. Big jump by Metzger, and he's in easily. The ball gets by 20s, but Spire backs it up. Carruthers wasn't keeping much of an eye on Metzger, and that's one of the things when you're having control problems. You're having to concentrate so much on the hitter that you might ignore the runner, and Metzger got a big jump that time. Cedeno with a 3-2 count. Metzger in scoring position at second base with no one out. Walk and a stolen bases put him there. Right-hand batting Cedeno waiting as Carruthers looks back at second. Strike 3 called. A slider that got the outside. That just barely picked up the outside corner, and Cedeno goes to the bench. Strikeout victim number 1 as Jim Wynn comes to plate. NBC TV did sort of a goofy thing today. They had their major game and their backup game scheduled in the same areas, in New York and in Philadelphia. Now they got both of them rained out. Jim Wynn hitting .320, had a home run here last night. The plate with Metzger at second. A curve misses for a ball, 1-0. San Diego plays at Los Angeles tonight in the American League. Texas 2, California nothing after 5. Cleveland beat Baltimore 9-2. After 8, Kansas City and the White Sox 0-0. Detroit 8-0 over Milwaukee after 5. Throw to second. Carruthers almost threw it into center field. 20s had to make a leaping catch. Metzger back in safely. Boston leads the Yankees 8-4 after 6 innings. Boston scored 6 runs in the first inning. Oakland and Minnesota postponed because of rain, or fog, or sleet, or hail, or something. Strike call over the outside to win, and it's 1-1. This time of year, Minnesota might have been postponed because of sunshine. Metzger at second. With 1 out. One is bluffing in behind the runner. 1-1 pitch. Low, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike count to Jim Wynn. We're in the top of the first. Beautiful afternoon at Candlestick. Tomorrow is bat day. Tickets available. All youngsters, girls and boys, 14 and under, receive a free autographed Little League bat when they come in the gate here at Candlestick. Swing and a miss at a high pitch. 2-2. Carruthers got away with one. He got away with that one because he made it bad enough. He got that pitch up, but got it up so far that Wynn elected to chase it, but it was up in his eyes and he didn't hit it. 2-2 count. 20's behind Metzger again at second base. Popped up foul. It will be out of play. Count of 2-2 to Jim Wynn. Metzger is gambling that Carruthers isn't going to throw to second base. He's taking a big lead, and Tito's playing almost on second. Carruthers were to spin and throw to 20s. He should be able to get him if he made any kind of throw at all. Tito bluffing in behind. The pitch to Wynn. Grounded to shortstop. Long throw by Spire in time, and Metzger has to hold at second base. Spire with a fine throw across the diamond. Gallagher made a dive for that ball, and luckily did not get it. Had he fielded the ball diving for it, he would not have been able to throw out Wynn. There was a gut by him, and Spire was able to cut down Wynn for the second out. Top race drivers proved it. Most cars that use regular grade gasoline can get great performance from specially blended Chevron low lead, available only all along the Chevron way. In defense of Gallagher diving for the ball, he did not know if Spire would be able to field it, however, and he was just trying to prevent it from going to the outfield to score the run. Lee May grounds one to short. Gallagher misses this one. Spire throws in the dirt, and Kingman can't hold it. Coming in to score is Metzger, and going to second is Watson. May, rather. May hit the first pitch, a copy of the ball that Wynn hit. Gallagher made a dive again, didn't get the ball, and then Spire came up with it, threw to first, threw in the dirt. And they're giving him a hit and an error on that ball. And Houston leads 1-0. As Bob Watson will be the batter. The error allowing May to go to second base. Watson takes low for a ball, 1-0. The Giants come back home to make their errors. They made only one on the road. They have made 5 so far in a game and a half an inning. Ball 2 inside. Carruthers thought he had that pitch in there. Down a 2-0 to the right-hand batting Bob Watson. May leads at second. Ground ball to shortstop. Spire has it. His throw is good, as Kingman had to stagger all the way around. That throw was offline a bit, and Kingman had to fight to hold his foot on the bag. Carruthers pitches very well after the opening walk, but unfortunately it cost him a run on the air. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the first. Houston 1, the Giants coming to bat.
Imagine a room 4,000 feet long, 625 feet wide, and 300 feet high. It's part of a house 25 miles long. The main inhabitants are bats and snow-white crickets. It's the big room at Carlsbad Caverns, New Mexico. Quite a sight. And Chevrolet is building a better way for the station wagon family to get there. Our own versions of the big room. There are Chevrolet and Chevelle wagons that seat 8 people, a Suburban that holds 9, and a sport van that'll carry 12, and even a little wagon for little families, Vega Camback. Why do we have the largest selections in wagons of anybody? Because if you're a station wagon family, Chevrolet wants your next one to be the best you ever owned, to take you to places like Carlsbad Caverns.
Chevrolet, building a better way.
Giants against Dave Roberts, trailing 1-0 as it is Edwards doing the catching. It isn't Hyatt. I thought Edwards was the catcher, and the scoreboard listed Hyatt as the catcher. So we changed, but it is Edwards doing the catching for the Houston Astros. He was bad in the number 8 spot. Houston defensively. Watson in left. Cedeno in center. Wynn in right. Rader at third. Metzger at short. Helms at second. May at first. Edwards catching and Roberts pitching. Chris Spire, Tito Fuentes, and Willie Mays coming up here to face the left-hander, Dave Roberts. Spire has started to make contact, hitting .240 now, which isn't impressive, but it's very impressive if you consider what he was hitting before the last 2 games. Roberts' pitch is a fastball low and away for ball 1. Looked for a while like Montreal was never going to lose another ball game, but they scored 3 runs in the top of the first today against St. Louis, but the Cardinals have come back to lead 5-3 after 7. It's low, ball 2. Roberts in Houston pitching against the Giants was beaten by Sam McDowell 10-6. Roberts worked 3 2/3 innings, gave up 7 hits and 6 runs, walked 1 and struck out 1. Behind on Spire 2-0. High, ball 3. Carruthers walked the leadoff man, and now Roberts is behind Spire, 3 balls, no strikes. A strike, 3-1. Spire is not the typical leadoff man that you would think of. He doesn't have the blazing speed that most leadoff people have, but he's tough at getting on base. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, he's on base again. Roberts walks the first man he faces, and Tito Fuentes will come to the plate. The bat right-handed against Dave Roberts. Tito getting the batter's box of dirt leveled out so it feels comfortable. Rader plays up close and guards the line at third. They expect Fuentes to bunt. He takes a strike, 0-1. Rader came charging in as Tito turned as if he were going to lay the ball down. Spire with his lead at first base. Pitch to Fuentes. He did not turn to bunt that time and takes strike 2. Maybe the Astros have the Giant signs or something, because Rader didn't come in that time. He laid back. First time he was playing up tight. Strike 2 count on Fuentes. After losing Spire, the base on ball. Roberts is ahead of Fuentes, 0-2. Drive foul past third. Tito cracked it but pulled it foul. Tomorrow, bat day at Candlestick. Tickets available. Gates will open out here at 9:30. Box office will open at 9:30. The gates open at 10:30. 1-2 count to Tito Fuentes. Box office open at 9:30 tomorrow morning for tickets to bat day. Spire leads at first. 1-2 pitch. Base hit, left field. Spire goes to second and holds as Watson comes up and gets the ball to the infield. Tito has hit in every game the Giants have played. He has an 8-game hit streak going. Willie Mays robbed in the first inning last night of a 2-run homer on a leap above the fence by the center fielder Cedeno. This is the batter, and Edwards goes out to talk to Roberts. 20's at first, Spire at second. The outfield deep and around to the left for Mays. White Sox have taken a 1-0 lead over Kansas City after 8, and now Boston is 11-4 over the Yankees after 7. Detroit 8-0 over Milwaukee after 6. 2 on, nobody down. The Giants trail 1-0 in air, giving the Houston's a run in the top of the first. The Giants trying to get it back in the bottom of the first. Pitch to Mays. Swung on and missed, and Willie, I guess, was trying to go to right field on that pitch. He jumped around there and tried to hit the ball to the right side, maybe push it through and at least move the runners up. But off balance, he missed the pitch, and it's a strike 1 count. There's the double play ball to Metzger. To second for 1, to first for the double play. Mays hit it sharply, but hit it to the shortstop. And the Astros get 2 on the double play from Metzger to Helms to May. We think there's only one way to take you out to the ball game in a 1972 Chevrolet, and Caprice is the most luxurious way to do it. Chevrolet wants your new Caprice to be the best car you've ever owned. That is what Mays was trying to stay out of on the first swing, trying to go to right field so he didn't hit into the double play. He hit that ball hard, but unfortunately it was at the shortstop. Now Spire at third with 2 down, and it's up to Bobby Bonds. Strike 1, a swing at a curveball. Bonds hitting .310. Strike 2, fastball good on the outside. Willie McCovey dropped by the ballpark today out of the hospital. He wasn't supposed to stop by the park. He was supposed to go directly home, but he couldn't resist. He wanted to stop by. We won't tell your doctor, Willie. Fly ball to center. Cedeno moving over for this one into right center and makes the catch, and the Giants are retired. Again, the Giants fail to get somebody across after they start out with a promising rally. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left on. At the end of 1, Houston 1 and the Giants nothing.
This is Bank of America's Spotlight on Sports, and we're out
Down below, as we get ready to go to the top of the second, have to read this note here. It's obviously from a little boy who says, "Dear Lon, I just heard the bad news about Willie McCovey. Please give him this message. Roses are red, violets are blue. Your arm is broken, sob. My heart is too, sob, sob. Your fan, Andy Amoroso." That's beautiful. Well, our heart's broken too, Andy. Doug Rader, the Houston third baseman. Right-hand batter, hitting .304. It's a high drive to left center field. Mays and Henderson are there. It's Mays. He makes the catch, out number 1. Rader, first pitch hitting, flies to Mays in center, and Tommy Helms will be the batter. Beautiful day out here. Expect more of the same tomorrow, and it will be that day. Strike call to Tommy Helms. That does not mean all you old bats get in free. It means the kids are going to get a little bad. Strike 1 pitch. Pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1-1. Edwards waiting his turn next. 1-1 pitch to the right-hand batting Helms. Line drive, 20s, makes the catch on the run. Soft line drive. Tito going to his left to make the gloved hand catch for out number 2. Talk to Bank of America about a loan for a camper, a trailer, or motorhome. There's a minimum of red tape. Helms hitting .125. Edwards batting .214. 3 hits and 14 tries. Left-hand batter. Carruthers pitch to Edwards. Outside for a ball, 1-0. Mays in left center. Big gap in right center for Edwards. Fastball outside, ball 2, and Carruthers didn't like the call on that one. He thought he had the outside. Henderson guarding the left field line. Bonds pulled off a bit away from the right field line, but not much, so the large area is in right center field. 2-0 pitch. Drive towards Mays in left center. He was playing him perfectly. Willie makes the catch, and the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. We go to the bottom of inning number 2, and the score, the Houston's 1, the San Francisco's nothing. When you leave your apartment, do you depend on a locked door to protect your belongings? Well, unfortunately, a locked door won't keep out fire. It won't even keep out a burglar. And if you are robbed or if your furniture is destroyed by fire, chances are your landlord's insurance won't pay for your losses. But Allstate Renters Insurance will. Allstate Renters Insurance is special insurance for people who rent an apartment or a house. It protects you against loss from fire, theft, vandalism, and many more hazards. It even includes personal liability coverage. Yet it costs so little, you can't afford to be without it. So don't take a chance on a locked door. You've got a lot to lose. Talk about low-cost Allstate Insurance Company Renters Insurance with an Allstate agent at Sears or an Allstate office. There are over 120 convenient locations in the Bay Area and throughout Northern California. For the Giants in the bottom of the second, Kingman, Henderson, and Healy. Congratulations to Sports Illustrated on their editorial bit in front of a magazine about the doomsayers on baseball and the guys who like to jump on baseball and write the columns that baseball is dead. A good editorial. If you pick up Sports Illustrated, read that. Dave Kingman swings and misses, strike 1. Dave trying to find the long ball range as he is hitting 241. He found it in Houston in the game Roberts pitched. They hit for the cycle. The 1-strike pitch to him. Curve hangs outside for a ball, 1-1. This should be a good park for Kingman to hit in now. The left field ball should carry in left field. He can reach center field and right field. Swing and a miss. He was really fooled on that pitch, and he's upset with himself. Count of a ball and 2 strikes. Kingman leading off the Giants' second. 1-0, Houston in front. Fastball fouled at the plate. Wilbur Wood, acting like he was serious last year when he won his 20. The knuckleballer for the White Sox won his second today without a loss, beating Kansas City 1-0. 1-4-1 for the White Sox. 0-7-2 for Kansas City. That's the first game of doubleheaders. Fleurhoff was the loser. 1-2 pitch. Low and inside, and it's 2-2. Roberts tried to make Kingman go for that low inside fastball again, the one he fooled him on earlier. 2-2 count. Outfield deep and around to the left. Fouled at the plate. It bounds away from Edwards. Count stays at 2-2. Roberts gets you thinking inside, then throws a fastball that peels away from the right-hand batter. Try to pull that ball. Most of the time he'll just hit a ground ball to the left side. Roberts and Kingman even at 2-2. Left-hander deals off 2-2. Kingman hits a pop fly to right field. Coming in is Wynn. Going back to the second baseman, it's Wynn calling off Helms to make the catch. Kingman retired for out number 1. You know, Allstate Insurance was a pioneer in low-cost auto insurance, and its low-cost rates still apply today. Had some inquiries about the Giants souvenir calendar. Mention that in a moment. As Henderson bats right-handed, swings and pops it foul out of play, strike 1. The San Francisco Boys Club is selling those calendars outside Candlestick Park this weekend, but you may also obtain that illustrated calendar by sending $1.50 to Candlestick Park. Pitch is up high for a ball. 1-1. Specify that you want the calendar. And be sure and put your return address in there. Count of a ball and a strike to Henderson. The 1-1 pitch. Curve hangs outside for ball 2. Houston 1, the Giants nothing, bottom of the second, 1 down, nobody on. Nair gave the Astros a run in the top half of the first. That's the way it stands. The Giants had a chance with their first 2 runners on the bottom of the first, but couldn't score. Fastball low for ball 3. Henderson backs away. Kenny hitting just 120. Giants looked as though they were going to get off to a fast start with the bat in Houston, but they have slowed down now and are having their difficulties with base hits. Fouled away by Henderson, and it's 3-2. The Dodgers look as though they plan to get off to the start that the Giants got off to last year. Hopefully, the Giants can hang on with grim determination. Line drive left center field. That's in for a base hit. Watson over to cut it off. He does, and Henderson will be held to a single. Kenny, a solid single to left. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
When you want to hear the sounds of the city, listen to the Jim Lang Show, 6 to 10, weekdays, right here on KSFO in San Francisco. The sound of the city.
Fran Healy, batting 167, dribbles it down the third base side. Roberts is over to field it. His throw is in time to get Healy, and at second base is Henderson. Healy rolling that one down the third base side, and Roberts made a good play on it to get him for the second out, as Henderson went to second, and Gallagher will be the batter. Alan Gallagher with first base open, hitting 091. Henderson at second. See what the Houston strategy is here with the pitcher due up next. Gallagher hits it off the leg of Roberts. Gallagher will beat it out, fielding at his helm. Throws behind Henderson, and they almost had Kenny at third base. Kenny made the turn at third. Helm just came in to field that ball and whipped it across the diamond to Rader at third, and Henderson had to spin and dive back in. Well, the pitching spot is getting to be a tough place to play in Candlestick Park. They're going to have to build themselves a foxhole out there. Gallagher at first. Henderson at third. And Don Carruthers, pretty good hitter, is the batter. He will bat right-handed. 1 for 4 for Don. Takes low for a ball, 1-0. Giants trail 1-0. Carruthers batting with 2 on. Henderson away from third. Gallagher with a short lead at first. Roberts delivers to Carruthers, takes low and away, ball 2. Give it nothing count. The Giants out hitting Houston 3-1, but Houston leads 1-0. A 2-0 count to Carruthers. Roberts deals off the 2-0 pitch. Swung on line drive to shortstop. He hit it on the nose, but he hit it at Metzger. And they're not dropping in right now for the Giants. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on. And at the end of 2, the score is Houston 1, the Giants nothing. Around the rest of the league, in the bottom of the 8th inning, Montreal and St. Louis tied up at 5-5 now. As Montreal came back with 2 runs in the 7th inning to tie it. Cleveland, Cloninger, Shaw, and Grabowski for St. Louis, and Higgins, McAnally, Strohmeyer, and LeMaster for Montreal. Pittsburgh at Philadelphia rained out, as was the New York Mets game with Chicago Cubs. That was also rained out. Oakland has been rained out of its game with Minnesota. After 7 innings, Boston 11 and the Yankees 4. Peterson and Bean for New York, Siebert for Boston. McKinney homered for the Yankees. California and Texas go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Texas leads 5-0. Cleveland defeated Baltimore 9-2. Tidrow, the winner, and a fellow from San Lorenzo winning it. Palmer losing his second. Fosse, Alex Johnson, and Bell homered for Cleveland. Bells was with the bases loaded. Crowley hit one for Baltimore. White Sox beat Kansas City in the first game of doubleheader 1-0. Wood the winner and Splitter off the loser. And Detroit and Milwaukee are in the bottom of the 7th. Detroit leads by a score of 8-0. Coleman for Detroit, Parsons, Lonberg, and Colburn for Milwaukee. Set to go to inning number 3. The Giants trail 1-0, and to tell you about it, Bill Thompson.
Pitcher Dave Roberts will lead off for the Astros. Then the top of the order, shortstop Roger Metzger and center fielder Cesar Cedeno. Roberts bats as he pitches left-handed. Gallagher shortens up at third. Rivers' first pitch. High pop fly to short right. Bonds with a long run coming in now, coasting. Bobby has it, out number 1. Roberts flies to right for the first out. And Roger Metzger, switch batting shortstop, will move in against Carruthers. Metzger walked in inning number 1 and later scored the only run of the ball game. Gallagher shortens up at third again. The outfield plays Metzger as a late swinger. Mays in the left center. Critters misses inside with a slider, ball 1. Right-hander Don Critters kicks and throws. Looper to left center. Mays moves in a few steps, makes the catch, out number 2. Center fielder Cesar Cedeno called out on strikes in inning number 1. Right-handed batter. Giant outfield straight away against Cedeno. Infield the same way. As Carruthers cranks up, fires. Cedeno bluffs the bunt, takes low, ball 1. Critters delivers. In the dirt, ball 2. Cedeno with 11 base hits in the first 6 games. Pitch. Inside, a fastball, ball 3. Critters behind on Cedeno. 3 balls, no strikes. The 3-0 pitch is a called strike. That one just above the knees. Critters are on the count at 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Bounded to short. Spire charging, gets a good hop. Is sort of Kingman right on the target. Side retired. For Houston in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no Giant hitters, nobody left. The end of 2 1/2. The Astros 1, the Giants nothing.
Mothers, now there's a way to cure your kids of brown bag lunch boredom. Pack their lunches in Happy Day lunch bags from Standard Oil. Right now, you can get a pack of 10 free with any purchase of gasoline at all Standard stations and almost all Chevron dealers. Your kids will love them. They're a lot more colorful than plain brown bags, and each white Happy Day lunch bag sports a big yellow face that smiles and says, "Have a happy day." You'll really appreciate them too, Mom, because each pack of 10 will keep you in send-off smiles for 2 whole weeks. And that big yellow face can turn even an ordinary sandwich and apple lunch into a real occasion. Stop in and begin collecting Happy Day lunch bags today. You get a pack of 10 free with any gasoline purchase at all Standard stations and almost all Chevron dealers. And when you run out, stop in along the Chevron way for more 10 packs of Happy Day lunch bags. Your kids will get more than a lunch out of them.
Bottom of inning number 3. The Giants at the top of the order. Shortstop Chris Spire. Second baseman Tito Fuentes. Center fielder Willie Mays. Spire walked in inning number 1. Right-handed batter against left-hander Dave Roberts. Rader, even with a bag at third, May shortened up a bit at first. Roberts first pitch to Spire. Low inside, ball 1. Rader, apparently looking for the bunt from Spire, he started moving in with the pitch. Still plays even with a bag, says the third baseman. Spire takes a strike. A 1-1 count. Roberts checking signs with Edwards. Left-hander kicks and throws. Foul at the plate. Harry Wendelstedt checks the ball. Throws it back out to Roberts. Roberts in front on the count. A ball and 2 strikes. Spire leading off inning number 3 as the Astros lead the Giants 1-0. Breaking ball grounded sharply to third. Rader has it, throws and gets him. Out number 1. Rader backed up to get a better hop on the ball. Made the play to get Spire for the first out, and Tito Fuentes, who singled to left in the first inning, will be the Giants' batter. Here's something to remember anytime you have a motoring need. There are more than 23,000 standard stations and Chevron dealers ready to help you along the Chevron way. Fuentes batting right-handed. Rader remains shallow at third. Fuentes takes a fastball strike on the inside corner. Roberts right back to the plate. Line drive, base hit, left field. Watson on one knee to block it. Throws in towards second. Fuentes is 2 for 2 as the Giants have their 4th hit. Tito now with 10 hits on his season and an 8-game hitting streak. Willie Mays, who grounded into a double play in the first inning, the Giants' batter. Fuentes at first, 1 out. The Astros lead 1-0. Dave Roberts sets, comes to the plate. Breaking ball low, ball 1. Bobby Bonds moves out in the on-deck circle. Roberts looking at Fuentes, leading from first. Misses high with a fastball, ball 2. Roberts behind in the count to Mays. 2 balls and no strikes. Fuentes with his lead. 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Roberts in on the count at 2-1. Fuentes with the lead at first, held there by Lee May. Roberts looks that way, comes to the plate. Tito goes. The pitch is high. The throw to second. On the bounce, knocked down by Helms, and Fuentes, who would have been out by a mile if any kind of a throw at all. Tito gets a stolen base. Tito got a bad jump from first base. Never did get going full speed. Edwards bounced the ball on the shortstop side at second. Tommy Helms tried to backhand the ball on the hop. Still had time to get Fuentes, but couldn't handle the throw. So Fuentes with a stolen base. Pitch to Mays was high for ball 3. Now a 3-1 count. Roberts steps off. Drives Fuentes back towards the bag. No throw to second. Mays waits on a 3-1 pitch on its way. High, ball 4. Mays walks. Base on balls number 2 issued by Roberts, and Bobby Bonds will be the batter. Bonds flied to center in inning number 1. Fuentes at second, Mays at first, 1 out. Roberts to the set position as the runners lead. High fly ball to right field. Jim Wynn. Wynn drifting towards the corner, staggering around, but makes the catch. Fuentes tags at second, will go to third. Mays has to hold it first. Bonds with a high fly ball to right for the second out. Giants have been getting the base runners, been having the opportunities to score. Had the first two men on in the first inning. Got a one-out single and a two-out single in the second inning. Got the second and third batters in this inning on. Have runners at the corners with two outs and Dave Kingman a batter. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike one. Kingman flied to right in the second inning. Fuentes moves down the line at third. Mays away from first. The 0-1 pitch to Kingman. A half swing, checked in time. A low breaking pitch. A 1-1 count. Left-hander Dave Roberts sets at the belt. Fastball is just inside. Ball two. Roberts thinking he might have had that pitch over. Fuentes and Mays lead. Roberts 2-1 pitch. Ground ball at third base. Rager will go to second. To Helms for the force on Mays, and his side is retired. Well, the Giants fail again here in the third. No runs, one hit. No Houston errors, 2 runners left on it. The end of 3 full. The Astros 1, the Giants nothing.
You're driving across the Mojave, and it's beautiful. But there are 25,000 square miles of desert out there, and from where you sit, not a service station nor a garage in sight. How do you feel? Confident or concerned? Is your car up to the Mojave Desert? We can tell you about one of ours, the Chevrolet Nova, that's very dependable. How dependable? Well, last year, Motor Service and Service Station Management magazines did a survey of independent mechanics, and Nova was voted the car with the least mechanical problems. Nova walked away with top honors for easiest to service, too, as compared to all domestic and foreign cars surveyed, all of them. Crossing the Mojave or just driving to work, Chevrolet wants your new Nova to be the best car you ever owned.
Chevrolet, building a better way.
Inning number 4 for Houston, the 3, 4, and 5 spots in the batting order. Right fielder Jim Wynn, first baseman Lee May, and left fielder Bob Watson. Sunglasses, new sunglasses being taken out to Ken Henderson. Kenny now trotting back out to left field. Curtis has completed his warm-ups. And Wynn moves into the batter's box. Rivers to the plate. Misses low, ball 1. Houston, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. The Giants, no runs, 4 hits, and 1 error. Rivers misses low and away, ball 2. 2-0 count. Wynn grounded to short in inning number 1. 2-0 pitch. Very high off Healy's glove, ball 3. Rivers way behind, 3 balls, no strikes on Jim Wynn leading off the Houston 4th. Fastball is a called strike. The Rivers in on the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Don working quickly, comes back to the plate. High pop-up on the infield. Near the mound, Kingman and Gallagher, Spire coming in. It's Kingman who makes the catch. as Spire had to duck underneath Dave. Stay out of the way. Spire lost his glove. That one was giving a giant spitz. It was right at the mound. Carruthers, as he was supposed to do, got out of there to let the infielders handle it. And Kingman finally made the grab on the mound. Out number 1. Name the car you consider the most dependable. Chevy Nova, right? Nova's earned the admiration of just about everybody. With a reputation like that, you'd expect the 72 Nova to be the best car you ever owned. Lee May swings and misses on the first pitch, strike 1. May an infield hit in the first inning. The 0-1 pitch, let up, is called strike 2. The pitch I don't believe I've ever seen Carruthers throw before. Wasn't much of a deceptive pitch. He just sort of lobbed the ball up the plate. Oh, 0-2 count. Right-handed batting Lee May. Carruthers kicks and fires. A fastball fouled off the fist, back into the seats. Oh, 0-2 count. May checks. The breaking pitch just misses. Western Union reports that Oakland, Minnesota game, Slot and speculated, was postponed because of both snow and rain. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled off on the ground.
Suppose 1 would have been good enough. A ball and 2 strikes on Lee May. 1 out, the bases empty. Carruthers works the plate. High fly ball, center field. Mays racing in. Makes the catch on the run, out number 2. Left fielder Bob Watson grounded to short in inning number 1. Astros got their run as Metzger walked, stole second base. Cedeno was called out on strikes. Wynn grounded to short, and May hit a ground ball to short. Was credited with an infield hit, and the run scored when Spire's throw to first was wild. Watson swings and misses on the first pitch, strike 1. Fastball low, a 1-1 count. A 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside, ball 2. Ritters drops back on the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. Down to the plate. Misses with a slider. Now is behind 3-1. One pitch to Watson. Grounded foul outside third. Salty Parker, the Astros coach, makes the play and turns it over to Gallagher. Full count on Watson. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ritters cranks up and fires. Breaking pitch, foul off the fist. Back into the seats. The count holds at 3-2. Watson walking over towards the on-deck circle. It's the rosin bag from Doug Rader. Rader gives him a reassuring pat and sends him back up to the plate. Carruthers and Watson with a count of 3-2. Payoff pitch. Low outside, ball 4, and Carruthers is really upset with himself. He might be upset at the call. Third baseman, Doug Rader. Slide to Mays in left center field in inning number 2.
Watson at first with 2 outs. Ritters lobs that pitch up there again, and this time it misses inside, ball 1. Astros in front, 1-0. Watson away from first. Ritters fires. Breaking pitch is a called strike. A 1-1 count on Rader. Breaking pitch grounded on the third baseline. A fair ball past Gallagher going into the bullpen. Watson on his way to third. Henderson trying to track it down. Watson being waved onto the plate. Here comes Kenny's throw. It will not be in time as Watson scores. Rader gets a ground ball double right down the line. Fair ball and kicking over into the bullpen. Henderson having to come all the way into the bullpen to pick it up. By the time he did, Watson is across the plate, and the Astros lead it 2-0. Rader with the RBI. Rader now has 11 runs batted in on the season. Pitch to Tommy Helms. Grounded to deep short through the hole. Base hit. Rader will try to score. Henderson throwing towards the plate. Here comes the throw. The tag. Rader is out. Rader tried to barrel Fran Healy, and he met his match. Rader, a big guy, a tough guy, just bounced off Healy. Henderson with a perfect throw. Helms with a base hit to left. Rader out at the plate. Henderson to Healy to retire the side. For Houston in the fourth. 1 run on 2 hits. No Giants errors. 1 runner left on. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The Astros lead it 2-0.
We're here at Long's Drugstore in the Northgate Shopping Center in San Rafael. And your name is?
Mrs. Elliott.
I see you've just come out of Long's, Mrs. Elliott. Want to tell us why you shop Long's Drugs?
Oh, I've been shopping at Long's for years. We just moved up here from the Los Angeles area, and I was so happy to find a Long's Drugs in our neighborhood.
Well, there are 59 Long's stores in all, so your chances of being near one are pretty good.
I like shopping at Long's. They have so many things.
Oh, like what?
Well, look here at my shopping bag. Some cosmetics, a couple of items from the beverage department, and oh, yes, I needed some small garden tools.
Quite a variety.
My husband and I like to take care of ourselves, so we like Long's health and beauty aids. But don't let me forget the best thing about Long's.
What's that, Mrs. Elliott?
The low prices. My budget just seems to go farther when I shop here at Long's Drugs.
Satisfaction will be yours with everything you buy at your friend's nearby Long's Drugstore.
Ken Henderson made a fine throw to get Rader at the plate for the 3rd out in the top of the 4th. Leads off the bottom of the inning. Henderson singled to left in inning number 2. Batting right-handed against left-hander Dave Roberts. Curve misses high, ball 1. Henderson, then catcher Fran Healy, and third baseman Alan Gallagher. Roberts' 1-0 pitch. Fastball grounded foul past third. A 1-1 count on Henderson. Astros lead the Giants 2-0. Henderson leading off the bottom of the 4th. Dave Roberts kicks and throws. Curve is high, ball 2. Two-one pitch. Fastball fouled off Henderson's foot. Ball rolled all the way down to Rader at third base. Henderson trying to walk it off. Kenny outside the batter's box, deep in thought. Harry Wendelstedt offers some sympathy. Henderson now moves back in. A count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Second baseman Tommy Helms looking up, waiting, and makes the catch for out number 1. Henderson pops to second for the first out. Catcher Fran Healy will be the batter. This week, Long's Drugstores will give you a free copy of Chacon's Horticulture Guide with the purchase of Terravite, the one fertilizer for all your garden needs at Long's Drugs. Healy was thrown out by Roberts on a good play in inning number 2. A swinging bunt down the third baseline. Drive to deep left, but foul. Oh, 1 count on Healy. Roberts into the motion. A let up, misses. Low, a 1-1 count. A 1-1 count. Roberts fires. Fouled away by Healy. Off to the right. Back into the seat. Roberts in front. A ball and 2 strikes. Roberts brushing off signs. Now is one he likes, the 1-2 pitch. Big curveball, foul back over the screen. The lower seats, and the count holds at 1-2. Healy backs away. Now Healy back in the batter's box. Roberts, with a sign from John Edwards. The 1-2 pitch. Third ball, lashed foul into the stands down the left field line. Count on Healy remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Again, Healy asks for time at the plate and backs away, and then quickly moves back in. Again, the 1-2 pitch by Dave Roberts. Line drive, Tommy Helms has it behind second base for the out. Soft liner, and Helms playing over near second and deep. Took just a couple of steps to pick it off for the second out. We pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
When you want to hear the sounds of the city, listen to Rest of the Syracuse Show, midnight to 6, right here on KSFO in San Francisco. It's the sound of the city.
Alan Gallagher, 1 for 1, had an infield hit. Inning number 2. Slices a ground ball in the left field for a base hit. Watson bobbles, but Gallagher will have to hold it first as Watson fires back in. Gallagher gets his second hit. The Giants now have 5, but trailing the scoreboard 2-0. And Don Carruthers, with runners at first and third in the second inning, Carruthers hit a shot, but right into the glove of Metzger, the shortstop. Carruthers bats right-handed. Gallagher is at first with 2 outs, and May will play off the bag at first. Roberts sets and delivers. Fastball outside, ball 1. Bad day here at Candlestick Park tomorrow. Steve Stone for the Giants and Larry Dierker for the Houston Astros. Fastball is a called strike. Philadelphia on Tuesday night, Wednesday and Thursday afternoons, and Montreal Friday night, Saturday afternoon, a doubleheader Sunday. Then the Mets Monday afternoon, Tuesday night, and Wednesday afternoon. Ritter swings and misses. Cool on a breaking pitch. Roberts has the edge in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Gallagher at first, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. The Astros in front 2-0. Gallagher leads. Ground ball at third base, foul. Now it goes fair. And Carruthers, running on the line, is thrown out. A dribbler down the third base line, it was foul, and it twisted back into fair territory, and Rader picked it up and threw Carruthers out. One thing about Carruthers, at least he was running all the way to first base. But Rader cuts him down. For the Giants in the fourth, no runs on one hit. No Houston errors, a runner left on. The end of 4 full. Houston 2 and the Giants nothing.
Now there's a big beer brotherhood. Men who like lots of beer. Let's start with you and me. Let's get together. Let's have another hand and love the fame again. Join the brotherhood of men.
Something big is brewing in the Brotherhood. The big new Bear Pack. It's 12 cans of hams at a special reduced price. And every can is pure hams, nothing artificial added. So you can drink like a bear and still have room for more.
Join the big bear brotherhood, and we will always when all your is the place. You'll be all another guy, alright, come on and drink it out. You better daily places. The big beer brotherhood, the big beer drinking brotherhood, the big beer drinking brotherhood of man.
Theodore Ham Company, San Francisco, and other cities.
Boston beat New York 11-7, 11-12-4 for Boston, 7-13-4 for New York. Sonny Siebert, the winner, he's now 2-0. The loser, Fritz Peterson, now 0-2. 4 inning totals here. The Astros 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. The Giants no runs, 5 hits, 1 error for inning number 5, Lon Simmons.
Dave Kingman has gone to the Giant dugout. I believe that Dave must have gotten a second test in his contact lenses. That's what it appeared as he headed for the dugout. Trainer Leo Hughes out there to check with him. So we'll have to wait before we get started with the inning. And now Kingman comes back out to first base. Johnny Edwards, the Houston catcher, will lead off in this top of the 5th inning, 2-0. Houston leads. Giants out hitting them 5-3, but the Giants not getting the hits when it has a chance of driving in a run. Strike call to Edwards. Kenny Henderson cut down a potential 3rd run for Houston with a strike to the plate. To nail Rader trying to score on Helm's single. Line drive past Kingman. Right field. Bonds tracking down. Edwards will have himself a double. Bonds is up with the ball, throws in, and that is the 3rd consecutive hit of Carruthers. In fact, it's the 4th consecutive batter to reach base off him. He walked Watson with 2 out in the 4th, then Rader doubled to score Watson. Helm singled. Rader thrown out at the plate. Now Edwards has led off this inning with a double, and there will be action in the Giant bullpen. Ron Bryant gets up to throw. Hit number 4 for Houston. Roberts up here, quite probably to try to advance Edwards to 3rd with a sacrifice, although that's not necessarily true. Left-hand batter. Slide out to right his first time. Harry Walker might be letting him hit away. He turns to bunt. It's a pitch out. I thought in that situation, Edwards, who's not a real speedy man, is having to gamble a bit to get a good enough lead off second that he can get to 3rd on the bunt. Giants hopeful that they might catch Edwards off a little far, and Healy be able to get him. Pitches outside for ball 2, 2-0. Now, Carruthers behind on Roberts, 2 balls and no strikes. Roberts looked at Salty Parker. Kingman playing up close at first. Gallagher trying to anchor at 3rd. Ball 3. Carruthers behind 3-0. Edwards trying to give himself up. Carruthers won't let him here as Roberts can't find a place to surrender. 3-0 count. Don looks back at second. His 3-0 pitch. That's a strike, and it's 3-1. Even if the opposition does what they want to do on a sacrifice, move the runner along, you have to take that out if they're going to give it to you. 3-1 pitch. Bunted out and missed by Roberts, and it's a full count of 3-2. Edwards at second with nobody down. Houston leads 2-0, top of inning number 5. Roberts backs away and looks at Salty Parker now to see if he's expected to try to sacrifice on this 3-2 pitch. Carruthers looks at second, comes to the plate. Very high, walked him. Carruthers walks Roberts, who is trying to bunt. Now the top of the order comes up. Nobody down. First and second occupied. Fuentes and Healy talk to Carruthers. Don has now gone through 5 consecutive batters without retiring one. Roberts gets his warm-up jacket on. Also wants a batting helmet to wear. Now he doesn't like that one. The Giants talking on the mound. Metzger, the leadoff man. Batting left-handed. He's a switch batter. He'll be up here probably to try to advance the runners with a sacrifice. The Giants discussing how they'll play the defense. Roberts goes to first base, and Metzger steps in. He has walked and scored a run, and he's flied out. Time taken now as Roberts is talking to the first base coach, Buddy Hankins. Edwards at second. Roberts at first. Carruthers comes to the plate. Bunted foul by Metzger, and it's strike one. One of Carruthers' problems, the fact that he walked Roberts, is that he doesn't pick up the plate soon enough. He's looking at second base, studying the runner there, and then when he turns back to make his pitch, he doesn't pick up Healy's sign, Healy's target, where he throws. He just doesn't get enough of that bothers in control. A pop bunt. And he will let... Now, wait a minute, nobody's out. Now, Fuentes had the ball. He's arguing with the umpire. Let me explain this. I was watching the play. Carruthers let the pop-up drop. And it was fielded by Carruthers. He threw to first. Roberts was tagged out. Fuentes caught the ball at first. He stepped on the bag too late to get the runner, the batter. He then tagged Roberts at first base. They threw the ball to second and tagged the runner at second. And now Gallagher will go to third and tag third with the ball. They're going to tag everything in the ballpark except the usherettes, and that's not allowed. They have tagged everybody. Carruthers threw the ball to first, and Fuentes caught the ball. The umpire at first base, Fleming, said safe, that the runner had beaten the throw. But the other two runners, Edwards at second and Roberts at first, held on the bag. Then Fuentes tagged Roberts. Now, the question is the force off of Edwards when Roberts is tagged? If the force is taken off of Edwards with Roberts, the base runner being tagged, and the runner getting first base, it is undoubtedly taken off, because if there was no runner between first and second, Edwards could come back to second if it were a rundown, and that amounts to the same thing as a rundown. Carruthers let that ball drop and threw to first base, hoping in that spot. What you have to do is the fielder covering first base has to tag the runner first and then tag the bag. Because if he tags the bag, the force is off and the runner does not have to leave the bag. So as it turns out, it goes as a force out, or a fielder's choice, rather, with Roberts being tagged out. Fielder's choice, Edwards stays at second and Metzger's the runner at first. And Cedeno pops it foul. Waiting for it is Healy. He makes the catch and 2 men are down. The only thing that play turned out to do was just get the pitcher off the bases. Carruthers had the right idea, but he could have had himself a double play then if he had gone to third, because the runners both stayed on the bags. Had he turned and thrown to third, they could have had an easy double play from third to second. He elected to throw to first, and And then in the confusion, the Giants only managed to get one man. They have two now. Cedeno pops up. Now, Jim Wynn will be the batter. Runner at second and runner at first. Wynn takes low for a ball, 1-0. First and second occupied. Pitch is taken for a strike by Wynn, and it's 1-1. I should have bought a seat for that play. I'm just sitting here watching it. Forgot you folks out there couldn't see what was going on. 1-1 pitch. Wynn swings and misses. Strike two. Count of a ball and 2 strikes. Runners at first and second, 2 down. Carruthers trying to pitch himself out of a jam. A leadoff double and a walk. Runners lead. Pitch is fouled away. All baseball fans like to be with the winner. So do beer drinkers. That's why so many join that guzzling gang, the Brotherhood of Ham. Jim Wynn. The 1-2 count. Runners at first and second. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up foul, out of play. Like to have that one stay in the playing territory. Brothers will have to go to work again on Jim Wynn. A ball and 2 strikes. Top of the 5th, Houston 2, the Giants nothing. Runners at first and second. 2 men down. Carruthers brushes off a sign, now takes the stretch. Pitch to Wynn. Hit to deep, and you can forget it. That one is way back into the seats. And Houston, a 3-run homer by Jim Wynn, and it is now a 5-0 Houston lead. And Houston is really rocking the ball here in Candlestick as Wynn gets his second home run. Today's game being brought to you by Chevrolet's 1972 cars, Ham's Beer, and Long's Drug Stores. And unfortunately, they also brought you Jim Wynn's 3-run home run. Lee May takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Houston in front, 5-0 now. Carruthers pitch to May, smashed to center field for a base hit. May's over to field it. Charlie Fox comes out. That is probably going to be all for Carruthers. Had Carruthers thrown to the right base after making a good decision, he would have been out of the inning without being scored upon. Montreal defeated St. Louis 6-5. Montreal is undefeated this season. LeMaster the winner and Higgins the loser. 19,633 at Montreal. Fox is talking to Carruthers, looks to the bullpen, and he has already called in Ron Bryant. Carruthers falls apart here in the 5th inning after pitching very well through the first 4 innings. Now here he goes 4 2/3 innings, has been charged with 5 runs on a total of 6 hits. Ron Bryant gets the call. Giants find themselves trailing 5-0. A game in which they've had the opportunities, have not capitalized. Houston has taken advantage of each time it got a base runner. Carruthers brushed off the sign from Healy when he threw that pitch to Wynn, so it was quite probably Carruthers' call on the pitch. Whatever it was, Jim Wynn liked what he saw. Hit it into the seats, and then Lee May followed with a single. And now Ron Bryant will have to pitch to Bob Watson. We're in the 5th inning, 5-0, Houston in front. Out hitting the Giants now, 6-5. Bryant loosens for his effort here. Ron making his third appearance. He's been in 2 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He pitched in last night's game. Pitched an inning, allowed 1 hit. All Bryant's work has been against Houston. Five to nothing. The Astros lead the Giants. Last year, the Astros had, in fact, all during the past, they've had trouble winning here. Fastball is a strike. The Giants have had difficulty winning in Houston, so the Giants go to Houston and take 2 out of 3, and now the Astros won last night and are leading here 5 to nothing. Strike 1 count to the right-hand batting left fielder, Bob Watson. Let up low and inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Ball on the strike. 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses for ball 2. Texas beat California 5 to nothing. Broberg the winner, 2-1, and Clark the loser. Check swing and a foul at the plate, 2-2. Texas moved out of Washington, D.C. just in time to take advantage of the big attendance in Texas. They drew 5,500 today. Probably took them, the reason they probably have trouble with the ticket windows. Swing and a miss, they struck him out. They come up and they say, how many do you all want? Can't get him in the park fast enough. Watson struck out. And here in the 5th, 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 runner left on. We go to the bottom of inning number 5, 5 to nothing. The Astros lead the Giants.
When you reduce the lead in gasoline, what happens to performance? Standard Oil asked professional race driver Leroy Yarbrough to test the performance of Chevron low-lead gasoline at California's top Laguna Seca Raceway in a conventional VA-powered passenger car that can use low-lead regular. After 2 days of grueling wide-open driving, Leroy talked about Chevron low-lead.
Oh, the gasoline did everything that I could expect it to do and then some. I was really impressed. As far as performance is concerned, I really don't think the average motorist could ask for more from a gasoline than I got from Chevron low-lead.
Chevron low-lead regular. And for cars that can run on gasoline without lead, Chevron unleaded. For full performance and less maintenance costs, Chevron low-lead and Chevron unleaded. Both with F310. Available only along the Chevron way.
Bottom of the 5th inning, the Giants down 5 to nothing. Have to try to get some of them back. Chris Fire, Tito Fuentes, and Willie Mays. Fire has walked and grounded out. Roberts looking in for first pitch to Spire. Hit deep to left, twisting foul. It will be back into the seats. Not deep enough for home run territory anyway, and lucky for Spire that it did go foul. 3-run home run by Jim Wynn in the top half of this inning, really giving the Astros a margin. Let up it low for a ball, probably a screwball. 1-1. Giants at the top of their order against left-hander Dave Roberts. Roberts has never beaten the Giants in his career. Fastball fouled away. 1-2. Tomorrow Bat Day here at Candlestick. All boys and girls 14 and under receive a free autographed Little League bat when they enter the ballpark. Curve is up high for a ball, 2-2. Ticket windows open at 9:30 tomorrow morning at Candlestick. The gates open at 10:30. 2-2 to Spire. Line drive on one hop to shortstop. Metzger, long throw, guns him down, out number one. The Giants, if they do hit it hard, hit it right at somebody. Detroit beat Milwaukee 8-2. Coleman the winner, he's 2-1. Parson the loser, 1-1. Only 2 hits for Milwaukee. 13 hits for Detroit. Tito Fuentes 2 for 2 today, batting right-handed against the left-hander Roberts. Giants have 5 hits. Houston has 6, but Houston has 5 runs, and the Giants have none. Pitch is low for a ball. One and 0. The 1-0 served in the dirt for ball 2. Roberts has certainly been available if the Giants could have come up with a base hit a time or two. He has not pitched what you would call a sparkling game to this point. Low, ball 3. He's behind 3-0 to Fuentes. Giants had their first 2 base runners on in the first, had 2 more runners in the second, had 2 runners in the third, had a runner in the fourth. Strike 3-1. Is walked 2 men, given up 5 hits. Bottom of the 5th, the 3-1 count to Fuentes with 1 out. High bounder foul. That one over Rader's head, but it was in foul territory, and it's a full count to Fuentes, 3-2. Breeze blowing towards left and center here today. Fly ball to center. Cedeno comes in under this one. Waiting. Out number 2. Two men down, and Willie Mays, who's hit into a double play and walked, will be the batter. Mays 0 for 1. Roberts deals off the pitch to Willie. A curve, a strike, 0-1. Left-hander's 0-1 pitch. Foul to the screen, and it's strike 2. Roberts has a peculiar habit in his windup. When he winds up, the last moment before he delivers a pitch, he sort of glances towards first base. He's in front of Mays, 0-2. That time he didn't look over there. Swinging a foul ball on a play. Edwards comes over, can't get to it. Stays at 0-2. Count of 0-2 to Willie Mays. 2 down, bases empty. Giants trail 5-0. Roberts, 0-2 pitch. Bounded to Rader at third. He charges, short hopped it, throws to first in time, and the side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. And at the end of 5, it's Houston 5, the Giants nothing.
Drive in any direction from Lexington, Kentucky, and you're miles deep in bluegrass and blue blood thoroughbred champions, with endless stretches of white wooden fences surrounding plush grazing paddocks for sleek 2-year-olds. Picture yourself amidst it all at the wheel of a thoroughbred Chevrolet Monte Carlo. It's one of a kind that's drawn from the best of 2 breeds. You get the spirit of a sports car and the comfort of a luxury car. You get smooth, responsive handling, combined with fine foam cushioning, rich upholstery, and more in a new Monte Carlo. But whether you see yourself in the bluegrass of thoroughbred country or under the blue skies of the Pacific Northwest on your next vacation, Chevrolet wants your new Monte Carlo to be the best car you ever owned.
Chevrolet, building a better way.
Before going to inning number 6, let's pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
When you want to hear the sounds of the city, listen to the Gene Nelson Show, 8 to midnight, right here on KSFO San Francisco. It's the sound of the city.
Ron Bryant pitches to Doug Rader to lead off, and he takes a strike call. Bryant faced one man in the 5th inning. Watson got him on strike. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Houston. No runs on 5 hits and 1 error for the Giants. Tomorrow bat day here at Candlestick. Let up for the strike. It's 0-2, and Rader backs away. Rader, Helms, and Edwards against Ron Bryant in inning number 6. Curve drops low and inside for a ball. The 1-2 pitch, line drive. Tim, shortstop, and Spire makes the catch. Spire started to go in the air and then changed his mind as that ball just stayed about head high, and he made a one-handed catch. 1 man down. Now Tommy Helms. Helms is lined out and he's singled. Takes low, ball 1. Helms singled to left field. The Raider tried to score and was cut down by a fine throw from Henderson. Fastball misses, ball 2. Bryant, in relief of Carruthers, who went 4 2/3, was charged with 5 runs on 6 hits. Ground ball sharply hit to Gallagher, falls down as he fields it, gets up, throws low, but dug out by Kingman. And that is out number 2. As Gallagher went to his left to field that ball, he tripped and fell and had to scramble to his feet to throw out Helms for the second out. Johnny Edwards has lined out and doubled to start a 3-run rally in inning number 5. With the right-hander pitching, Mays plays Edwards well over to left center. With the left-hander pitching, Mays has moved over a little closer to straightaway center. Now Willie takes a couple more steps into left center. Count is 1-0. 1-0 pitch, foul back. Bryant came in with a high inside pitch, and Edwards fouled it off. Bryant's fastball swung on and fouled at the plate, and it's strike 2. 2 down, bases empty in the 6th inning. Houston continues to get the timely hitting that they have been lately. Curve in the dirt. They're going to be a tough ball club to beat. They have excellent pitching. And they have good defense. 2-2 count. It's deep to right, going back is Bonds, and just forget it, folks. That one is way back into the seat. The Giant pitchers starting to give up home runs at a record clip. That is the 10th home run hit against Giant serve this season, and it will bring up the pitcher Dave Roberts as Houston leads it by a score of 6-0. Strike call to Roberts. 0-1. Left-hand batter swings and misses a high inside curveball. That was a terrible pitch and a worse swing. Oh, and 2 count. Slow curve for a strike, and Roberts is out on strike. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, no one left on. And as we go to the bottom of inning number 6, the score as the Astros 6 and the Giants nothing. I'd like to take a minute to talk to you women in our audience. Have you ever come upon an unexpected sale and seen something that you always wanted? It's a nice feeling if you can take advantage of the sale. But what if you don't have enough money with you? What then? Well, you could still take advantage of the sale if you had a Bank Americard. You could use your Bank Americard to buy the article at the reduced price and then pay for it later in convenient monthly installments. And the money you save by getting the article at the reduced price would more than pay for the interest charges. That's using your Bank Americard and using your head. And that's why we say you should think of a Bank Americard as money. Money that can save you money. Well, now, is there a jingle or something we can sing? We've got 10 seconds left. Bottom of the 6th inning, Bonds, Kingman, and Henderson. The Giants trailing 6-0 against a fellow who last year was number 2 in earned run averages next to Tom Seaver in the National League. Dave Roberts. Giants bombed Roberts out in Houston. They have had equal opportunity here, but have failed to come up with a hit at the right time. And now Bonds, who has flied out twice, Bonds has been up there each time with men on base, but is 0 for 2. Swing and a miss, strike one. Say this about Houston's ball club. They're always doing something. Guys on the bench, they're wandering back and forth between the dugout and the bullpen. Always on the move. Bonds bounds it to Rader at third. Short hop, throws him out. Out number 1. The Giants are making it quickly anyway. 1 down, and Kingman, who has popped up and forced a runner, will be the batter. Halftime in the NBA, Milwaukee 52, the Lakers 51. Pitch is low for a ball to Kingman. The Lakers win today. It's all over. If the Bucks win, then it goes to the 7th game. Swing and a miss by Kingman at a high fastball. It's 1-1. One count to the big first baseman, Dave Kingman. Tall left-hander Roberts delivers in the dirt for a ball. 2-1. Roberts doesn't seem to be backing off much with a 6-run lead. Still working hard. In the 5th inning, the first inning that he retired the side in order. Fastball strike at the knees, and it's 2-2. In fact, now he has retired 5 consecutive batters since Gallagher's single in the 4th inning. That came with 2 out. 2-2 to Kingman. Hit to left field. A soft fly ball for Watson, who makes the catch. 2 men are down. And Kenny Henderson will be the batter. Henderson has singled and popped up. Roberts delivers to Kenny, a curve low for a ball. Roberts 1-0 pitch. A strike call. Count even. The ball and the strike. Tomorrow, it's Steve Stone scheduled for his first start of the year, and Larry Durker, who beat the Giants in Houston, will be going for the Astros. Outside, ball 2. Giants are going to have to make a comeback in this one. They trail 6-0. Two-one pitch. Base hit to left field. Henderson gets his second hit. That is the Giants' 6th. And Fran Healy, who was grounded out and lined out, will be the batter. Giant catcher batting with 2 down in the bottom of the 6th, and Houston leading by a score of 6-0. Houston with 2 home runs today. Wynn a 3-run shot. Edwards the bases empty home run. Pitch to Healy. Let up is high for a ball. Anderson with a lead at first. May, the first baseman, playing behind it. Stretched by Roberts. Pitch, ground ball, snagged by Metzger, backhanded to second. He gets him on the 4th out. That ball headed for center field for a base hit, and Metzger, with quick reaction, got to it and turned it into a 4th out. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left on. Good defense by the Astros. The end of 6 innings. It's Houston 6 and the Giants nothing.
Many persons who rent apartments don't have any insurance on their belongings. That's right. Many persons who rent apartments don't have any insurance on their belongings. If you're in that group, Allstate Insurance says you've got a lot to lose. Just think for a minute of all your furniture and clothing. Add it up. You could easily have $5,000 to $7,000 worth of possessions in your apartment. And if you're like most Allstate renter policyholders, you can protect it for less than $5 a month. Allstate offers good, solid protection against loss from fire and burglary and other hazards. And there's even personal liability coverage. If you rent, look into Allstate Renters Insurance. You've got a lot to lose. See an Allstate agent soon at Sears or an Allstate office. Believe me, you're in good hands with Allstate.
Inning number 7, 6-0. Houston leads, and to tell you about the action, here's Bill.
Against Ron Bryant, the Astros at the top of the order. Shortstop Roger Metzger, center fielder Cesar Cedeno, and right fielder Jim Wynn. Metzger walked and scored a run in the 1st inning, flied to center in the 3rd, safe on a fielder's choice, and scored a run in the 5th. Switch batter, batting right-handed. Bryant to the plate. A let-up is a called strike. Bryant kicks and throws. Bounding ball up the middle. Fire to his left, has it near second, throws to first and gets him. And Metzger gets down the line in a hurry. 1 out. Cesar Cedeno will move in. Called out on strikes in the 1st inning, grounded to short in the 3rd, and fouled out to Healy in the 5th. Cedeno, right-handed batter. Cedeno digging a foothold at the plate. Bryant's pitch. High fly ball down the left field line. Henderson racing over towards the bullpen, coming into the bullpen, fighting off Astros, and makes the catch in foul territory. And Henderson had to weave his way through the Astro bullpen crew to make the catch, and Kenny did an excellent job as he had to run over the pitcher's mound out in the bullpen, and reached out and caught the ball, and Henderson staring at whoever it is, the Astros walking in towards the dugout now. Cedeno fouls out to Henderson for the 2nd out. The batter will be Jim Wynn, grounded to short in the 1st, popped to first in the 4th, and hit a 3-run homer in the 5th. Bryant misses low, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball, foul at the plate. Even count, a ball and a strike. A 1-1 count on Jim Wynn, right-handed batting right fielder. Bryant kicks and fires. Fastball misses, low, ball 2. 2-1 count on Wynn. 2 outs, bases empty. Top of the 7th. The Astros 6, the Giants nothing. The 2-1 delivery. Fastball high in the air to deep center field. Mayes has room. Willie going back now moves towards right center to make the catch to retire the side. So Houston in the seventh. No runs, no hits, no Giant errors, nobody left on. We go to the bottom of the seventh. Houston 6, the Giants nothing. In other games, the National League, Montreal in 10 innings beat St. Louis 6-5 as the Expos remained unbeaten. Denny LeMaster, the winning pitcher, Higgins, the loser, both in relief. Pittsburgh at Philadelphia rained out. Chicago at New York rained out. 2 night games scheduled, Cincinnati at Atlanta and Los Angeles at San Diego. In the American League, Boston thumped New York 11-7. Siebert the winner, Peterson the loser, McKinney a home run for New York. Texas 5, California nothing. Broberg the winner, Clark the loser. Cleveland 9, Baltimore 2. Chidrow the winner, Palmer the loser. Crowley a home run for Baltimore. Fossey, Johnson, and Buddy Bell for Cleveland. Bell's a grand slam. First game of 2, Chicago beat Kansas City 1-0 as Wilbur Wood the winning, Spitterorf the loser. Second game, Kansas City leads 2-0 after 2.5. Detroit beat Milwaukee 8-2. Coleman the winner, Parsons the loser. LaHood a home run with a runner on for the 2 Milwaukee runs as Coleman pitched the 2-hitter. Here we go to the bottom of the seventh, and the Giants trail 6-0. Alan Gallagher to lead off. Then Chris Arnold will be a pinch batter for Ron Bryant. And Chris Pryor will bat in the third spot in the inning. Gallagher 2 for 2. Singled infield in the second, singled to left in the fourth. Roberts pitched low, ball 1. Astros playing Gallagher, more of a pull hitter. Most of the Cubs play him to the right side, although Cedeno is straight away in center, and Gallagher takes high, ball 2. Two nothing the count. And now 3-0 as Robert misses low. Ball 4. Gallagher walks to lead off the inning. Edwards out to the mound to say something to Dave Roberts. Now comes back, and Chris Arnold will bat for his first time this season. Arnold, a right-handed batter. Roberts delivers a curve for a strike. Arnold not too happy with the call. Phoenix Giants playing in Salt Lake City this afternoon. Mike McCormick do the pitching for Phoenix. Swing and a miss on a curve by Arnold, and Roberts has him 0-2. Don McMahon throwing the Giant bullpen. Gallagher at first, nobody out. Bottom of the seventh, and the Astros lead 6-0. Arnold backs away. Roberts looks at first, comes to the plate, low, dug out of the dirt by Edwards. Gallagher moves away, not much of a lead. Ground ball foul to the left. The count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. Gallagher leads from first. May plays off the bag. The 1-2 pitch to Arnold. Fly ball down the right field line deep, but it's curving and it'll go foul. Ball and 2 strikes on right-handed batting Chris Arnold with Gallagher at first and nobody out. And the Giants down 6-0. Left-hander Dave Roberts sets. The pitch to Arnold. Low inside, ball 2. Two and 2 count on Arnold. Roberts to the plate. Swing and a miss on a curve. Arnold strikes out for out number 1. And Roberts gets his first strikeout in the ball game. Today's game is being brought to you by Standard Stations and independent Chevron dealers, Bank of America, and Allstate Insurance Company. Chris Spire, the Giants' leadoff man and shortstop, moves in. Walked in the first, grounded to third in the third, and grounded to short in the fifth. Gallagher with a lead. Roberts pitch. Low outside, ball 1. Houston infield, double play deep. Outfield swung a bit to the left. Roberts looks at first, comes to the plate. Breaking ball, bounds away from Edwards. Gallagher moves to second. Rader over to field in foul territory. Rader falls down. And Rader might have hurt himself. Rader hustling over to back to field that ball. Edwards lost it. And Rader limps into the dugout. It might just be a muscle spasm. Rader came over to field the ball, mounted away from Edwards over into foul territory, and Rader picked it up and then fell down. Apparently just has a slight muscle spasm. Trainer working on him, and now Rader starts back out to third base. Gallagher moves up to second on a wild pitch.
I always wish I was strong enough to have a muscle spasm. I've had one in my life.
Two ball, no strike count on Chris Spire. Gallagher at second with 1 out. Roberts, looking back at second, comes to the plate. A fastball strike in the outside corner. Gallagher with a short lead at second. 2-1 pitch to Spire. Low inside, ball 3. Mentioned Mike McCormick, starting pitcher for Phoenix after 2 innings. Phoenix leading Salt Lake City 5-0. The 3-1 pitch. Spire takes a fastball strike. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch. Drilled foul to the left. And almost nailed one of the Burns men, who was stationed down towards the Houston bullpen. He had to do a Shag Crawford to get out of the way of that one. Gallagher moves away from second. Roberts looking there, comes to the plate 3-2. Curve, loop to left field. Easy play for Watson. Moving towards the line, makes the catch, out number 2. Oh, at 2 outs and Gallagher at second base. Tito Fuentes will be the Giants' batter. Fuentes singled to left in the first, singled to left in the third, slide to center in the fifth. Roberts looks at second. Gets the fastball over on the outside corner for called strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Bounded to third base. Rader at the bag. Goes across the infield. Good throw and the side retired. For the Giants in the seventh, no runs, no hits, no Houston errors, one runner left on. At the end of 7 full, the Astros 6 and the Giants nothing.
Whenever you head out on the road, especially on a long trip, it's comforting to know that you can take the experience of Standard Oil's travel experts right along with you. The Chevron Travel Service is ready to help you all along the Chevron way. At your request, they'll design and send you a free, personalized Chevron travel kit that's individually tailored to the trip you're planning. If you're in a hurry, they'll map out the most direct route you can take. If you have some time to spend, the Chevron Travel Service people can show you some of the most exciting scenery in the country. If you're traveling during the winter, you'll want to know about road conditions in heavy snowfall areas. Or if you're hauling a trailer or boat, let the Chevron Travel Service people know. They'll see that you never have to face too steep a grade. The Chevron Travel Service will take that bothersome job of detail planning off your shoulders, and they'll do it absolutely free. To receive a personalized Chevron travel kit, just get a travel request form at any standard station or Chevron dealer. There are more than 23,000 of them ready to help you along the Chevron way.
Inning number 8, the Giants go to their third pitcher. And for the play-by-play, Lon Simmons.
Don McMahon will make his second appearance of the year. Don has one save with 3 1/3 innings of excellent baseball that he pitched. That 3 1/3 was to win a 10-6 ball game. He got the save in it. McDowell got the win. McMahon pitched against Houston, allowed only 1 base runner. He hit a batter with a pitch, and that was the only runner that he allowed. McMahon, the third pitcher, as Bryant went 2 1/3, gave up a run on a home run. Struck out 1, struck out 2, and he walked no one. Against McMahon, Lee May, who is 2 for 3, will be the leadoff batter. We're in the top of the 8th, 6-0. Houston leads. McMahon's pitch is low for a ball, 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball out into right center field. Bonds goes over under this one, then almost underplays it. Has to drift back to make the catch. That ball was sort of drifting on Bonds, and he had difficulty with it, but made the catch for the out. Bob Watson has grounded out, walked, and struck out. That's about the first game the Giants outside of the opening game that they've stopped Watson. But other people have hit as Houston leads 6-0. Right-hand batter checks and takes a strike, 0-1. Charlie Fox getting ready to make a couple of changes. Jimmy Rosario loosening up. Bounding ball foul off Watson's foot. That one really had some spin on it. McMahon came running in to try to field it. He didn't know whether it was a fair ball or not, whether it hit Watson. He reached for it. It had some spin on it and rolled right away from him. That'd been a tough one to field if it hadn't hit Watson on the foot. 0-2 count. Left fielder for Houston, a right-hand batter against McMahon, leans back from a high inside pitch, and it's 1-2. Man doesn't waste any time and sidearms this one way outside, goes all the way to the screen. 2-2 count to Watson. John Morris throws in the Giant bullpen. McMahon's 2-2 pitch. High for ball 3. Full count. That was close. Inning number 8. 3-2 pitch. Foul to the screen, and it stays full at 3-2. Tomorrow's bat day at Candlestick Park. The ticket offices out here at Candlestick Park will be open at 9:30. The gates will open at 10:30. All youngsters, boys and girls, 14 and under, receive a free autographed Little League bat. Foul ball over the screen, out of play. The count stays at 3-2. Giants are going to be playing Santa Clara on Monday. There will be tickets available at Buckshaw Stadium there. Foul ball. That one off the mask of Healy. There are also tickets available for that Santa Clara game at Carroll and Bishop, 70 Santa Clara Street, Sam's Log Cabin Restaurant at 245 Willow Street, both in San Jose and at the Broncos Athletic Office. Tickets $2.50 and $1.50. All proceeds go to support the Santa Clara Athletic Program. Gates open at 11 a.m. on Monday, and there will be tickets on sale there at the game. 3-2 pitch. Pop foul again. Watson stays up there and gives it a battle against McMahon with a full count on him. Man's 3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. We'll pause for station identification. This is the Golden West Radio Network.
When you want to hear the sounds of the city, listen to the Jim Lang Show, 6 to 10, weekdays, right here on KSFO in San Francisco. The sound of the city.
Doug Rader up here takes the ball, 1-0. Right-hand batter, waiting. Swings, lines it to his soft line drive to left field. Hit that right on the end of the bat. Gets a base hit as Henderson comes into field. Rader has his second hit. The first off McMahon, and with two down, Tommy Helms, the Houston second baseman, will be the batter. Right-hand batter waits, takes low for a ball, 1-0. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, line drive to second base. 20s has it, the side retired. No runs on a hit, no errors, and a runner left on. And as we go to the bottom of inning number 8, the score, Houston 6 and the Giants nothing.
You know, a whole lot of people who never buy a station wagon are buying the Vega Camback and loving it. Loving the sporty aerodynamic look of it. Loving its peppy overhead cam aluminum engine, its bucket seats, front disc brakes, the carpeting throughout, all those things. But loving most of all how a Camback handles, how tightly it hugs the road, how nice and flat it takes the turns, how emphatically it stops and steers. What we're saying is, the little Vega Camback is one wagon you'll get a big kick out of driving, and driving and driving. And although you buy one more for what you can get out of it than what you can get into it, we offer no apologies there. With the back seat folded down, you can get considerably more into a Camback than into, say, the trunk of a full-size car. The Vega Camback by Chevrolet. It's a sporty little car. It's a hefty little wagon. There's nothing else quite like it on the road. Chevrolet, building a better way to see the USA.
Dave Roberts is set to work a good hand down below us for the mariachi band. Play a little Stardust. Willie Mays leads off for the Giants, takes low for a ball, 1-0. Or as they call it, El Stardusto. Mays, Bonds, and Kingman against Roberts, 6-0. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Houston's lead. Mays takes a strike, 1-1. Outfield very deep for Mays, who's hitless today. 0 for 2. Curve hangs high. 2-1 count. That'd make a pretty good song, wouldn't it? The curve hangs high. Got to get the right melody for it. 2-1 pitch. Another one in the same place, and it's 3-1. Three and one to Mays. Strike 2, a fastball good on the inside, full count. Roberts has struck out only one man. That was pinch hitter Chris Arnold in the 7th inning. Bounding ball is short. Metzger's throw is right there, and that's out number 1. One down, and Bobby Bonds comes to the plate. In the 8th inning, the Giants down 6-0. Understand we're on the air in Hawaii today. Pitch to Bonds. He bluffs the bunt, takes outside for a ball, 1-0. Say hello to Joe and Charlotte DiGiovanni. They're over there. I can't write them because I can't spell their last name. One-0 pitch inside for ball 2. One down. The base is empty. The Giants bat in the bottom of inning number 8. Pitch low for a ball, 3-0. Roberts drops behind on Bonds. Giants haven't had many opportunities since the 4th inning. They had a lot of chances at Roberts through the first 4. He has been stingy since that time. Strike 1, 3-1. Even when he's dropped behind on the hitters, he's managed to get them. 3-1 count to Bonds. Swing and a miss, strike 2. It's a full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And his 3-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit, left center field. Over to field it is. Watson goes through his legs to the 365-foot sign, and Bonds goes to second and holds on. That will be a base hit and an error. As Dave Kingman will be the batter now. The 7th hit for the Giants. The first error for the Astros. That's the only thing that the clubs are even on, are the errors. Each has made one. Dave Kingman now is 0 for 3. Popped up, forced a runner, and flied out. Bonds at second base. Pitch to Kingman. Swung on and missed. Strike 1. Curveball, check swing, roller down the third base side. It will be a foul ball. And it's 0-2 to Kingman. Roberts was running towards the foul line, waving at the ball to stay foul. A while ago, one came back in after being out of bounds. It trickled back in, and Rader had to play it. This time, there was not going to be much of a chance to get Kingman, so Roberts was telling the ball to stay foul. The scoreboard has a sign that said, "Reach me here, Dave." Hopefully, Dave is going to start reaching that area pretty soon. Swing and a miss. He will not reach it today. Roberts strikes him out, gets his second strikeout, and Kenny Henderson, who is 2 for 3, will be the batter. Mike McCormick pitching for Phoenix at the end of 3 innings. Phoenix leads 5-0 over Salt Lake City. Check swing by Henderson and pops it foul. Kenny didn't know where that ball had gone and went to the Giants' dugout. Wanted to get over there where the fellows haven't been hitting it. Strike one count. 6 runs, 8 hits in error for Houston. No runs, 7 hits in error for the Giants. Bonds at second with 2 down. Curve is high for a ball. 1-1. Well, they're having all sorts of sayings on the scoreboard now. This one says, let's keep it alive, Ken. It's going to take mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, I'm afraid, because this one is in a little difficulty. Strike called, and it's 1-2. Secretary Frank Berganzi announces today's paid attendance 11,095, 11,095. Bonds at second. Pitch to Henderson. Ground ball to short. Metzger has it. His throw, and the Giants are retired. No runs on a hit, an error, and a runner left on. And it's the end of 8. The score, Houston 6, the Giants nothing.
Whatever you may need today for your family or home today, the chances are you find it at Broadest.
Know what makes a garden beautiful? Fertilizer. And a super fertilizer like Chacon's Terravite makes your garden beautiful and gives you time for ball games. Terravite is the one fertilizer for all your garden and soil needs, unlocking nutrients and actually making water wetter to break up the hardest soil. Terravite is only $4.98 a gallon or $2.29 a quart now at Long's Drugs. And you get a free copy of Chacon's Horticulture Guide with each purchase of Terravite. Use Terravite and go see the Giants win.
Satisfaction will be yours with everything you buy at your friendly nearby Long's Drugstore.
Against Don McMahon in the 9th inning, Johnny Edwards, Dave Roberts, and Roger Metzger. The Giants have one chance left to them in the bottom of the 9th inning. They're trailing right now 6-love. That means they've lost the first set. McMahon's pitch to Edwards, a fastball strike, 0-1. Giants have to come back in this one or they will lose their first series of the year. That's low for a ball, 1-1. A loss today would put the Giants at 500. Fastball strike at the knees, 2-2. I think that 1-2 to Edwards. A ball and 2 strikes. Left-hand batting catcher against McMahon takes outside, and now it's 2-2. Montreal defeated St. Louis 6-5. Montreal stays unbeaten, untied, but scored upon. Ground ball to second base. Fuentes 3 steps to his left. Has it. Throws to first. Out number 1. Cleveland beat Baltimore 9-2. Texas beat California 5-0. Detroit beat Milwaukee 8-2, and Boston beat the Yankees 11-7. Chicago beat Kansas City 1-0 in the first game. The second one is tied at 2-2 after 5. Dave Roberts pitched a shutout through 8 innings against the Giants. He bounds one to McMahon, who has it, throws the first. 2 are down. Roberts saying that one hit his foot. First base coach Buddy Hankin thought it did too, but Roberts isn't complaining. Hankin thought it hit Roberts' foot, and it looked as though it might have. But Roberts goes back to the bench. With 2 down, Metzger will be the batter. Pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Low. For ball 2. A strike called. The left-hand batting Metzger. He's a switch batter. After 3 periods, Milwaukee leads the Lakers 77-72. Ball 3, 3-1 to Metzger with 2 down and the bases empty. McMahon has given up 1 base hit. Strike call, the full count, 3-2. The Giants in the bottom half of this 9th inning, if you'd like to look ahead, will have Healy, Gallagher, and then the pitching spot. Ball 4, Metzger draws a base on balls. McMahon walks his first man. Each week, as we mentioned, we're going to have a Giant Player of the Week. And we'll receive an award in the bottom half of this 9th inning. We will announce which player it is for the first week. He gets an extra 3 days. We'll give him the Houston Series, too. A strike call to Cesar Cedeno. So the suspense mounts as to who is the player of the week. It is not Babe Ruth, Rich. The 0-1 pitch. Bounded to shortstop, 2 hops. Fielded by Spire, thrown to second, just in time for the 4th out. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and the score, Houston 6 and the Giants nada. If you're a good San Francisco fan, you know that these Giants are a team that can really pour it on. While you're listening to the game, why not do a little fancy pouring of your own? Pour yourself a Hamm's. Hamm's Tap and Regular is brewed 100% natural for natural drinkability. That's why there's always room for another Hamm's. And right now, Hamm's is cheaper by the dozen. Look for the Hamm's Bear Pack at the special display in your store. 12 great-tasting cans of Hamm's at a money-saving price.
Now there's a big beer brotherhood. Men who like lots of beer.
Join the brotherhood of Hamm's. Join the big beer brotherhood. And see there's always room when you're in the place. To be alone, you've got a right. Come on and drink it out. You've been the latest place in town. The big beer brotherhood. The big beer thinking brotherhood. The big beer thinking brotherhood.
Theodore Ham Company, San Francisco, and other cities. Well, the first week, the Rico Player of the Week for the San Francisco Giants is Jerry Johnson for 3 saves that Johnson has built up so far, and he will receive a Rico self-winding watch. It has the day and date, shock resistant, water resistant, 17-jewel Rico watch to Jerry Johnson for being our Player of the Week. Fran Healy now against Dave Roberts. And he takes strike 1. Jerry will not be able to sing "I Didn't Know What Time It Was" anymore. Curve to strike 0-2. Rich says he can sing "Time on His Hand." Time on my hand. 0-2 count to Healy leading off. And the 0-2 pitch is outside for a ball. 1-2. The Giants 3 outs away from their second loss in this series. Hopeful to get something going here at the tail end of the order. Roberts' pitch, low for a ball. 2-2. Dave trying to get his earned run average down a bit. ERA of 11.25 after his first appearance against the Giants, but he shut him out through 8 innings in this one. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Healy draws the collar today. He is 0 for 4. Alan Gallagher, who is perfect, 2 hits and a walk, carries Giant hopes on his shoulders up to the plate now. 11,095 here this afternoon. We expect a big crowd tomorrow for Bat Day. Gallagher takes the strike. Roberts has the barn in sight now, and he's anxious to get there. Drive down the right field line by Gallagher that's out of play. Back into the seats. 0-2. Roberts throwing strike. 1 down, nobody on. Roberts has struck out 3. He did not get a strikeout till the 7th. First strikeout in the 7th. He struck out a man in the 8th and now has one in the 9th. Has Gallagher 0-2. Strike 3 call to Gallagher. Roberts gets his 4th strikeout. The Giants are down to their last out as Bernie Williams will be the batter to face Roberts in this 9th inning. 2 down. Base is empty. Roberts delivers to Williams. A strike on the inside. They're close. They're going to be strikes now. It's time to go home. Roberts delivers 0-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Roberts trying to end it with a flourish here. Strike out the side in the 9th. He has struck out Healy and Gallagher, and he has an 0-2 count to Bernie Williams. Bernie taking time, getting set in the batter's box. Has 1 strike left to him. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, and Roberts strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Roberts being congratulated for his first win as a member of the Houston Astros and his first win ever against the San Francisco Giants. The totals on the game, 6 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for Houston. No runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Giants. The winning pitcher is Roberts. He is 1-1, and the losing pitcher is Carruthers. He is also 1-1. Now this is Lon Simmons for Bill Thompson, our producer Rich Smalley, reminding you to stay tuned for the Giants clubhouse, which follows, and inviting you to be back with us tomorrow for the Giants-Houston Astros game from Candlestick Park. Broadcast time 12:40. Our engineers today, Bob Merle and Walt Lee. The final score again, Houston 6 and the Giants nothing.